Cool.
Yo, Halito. How's everybody doing? What's up, cuz?
Hey, how you talk, cuz? What's going on with you, baby?
It's crazy. We was on live, y'all, but I had a had a malfunction. I had a malfunction, y'all. But we live now.
We live, baby. We
We
live.
live. So,
Hopefully the
uh,
people, hopefully the people get the ping.
right. I'm sharing it on our page now and in the other group. But happy Indigenous Peoples Month Day is 365.
All year round, baby.
Yes, it is. Yeah, so I apologize, people in the chat. Um, we did start on time.
Hey, cousin, listen, this what's going on with you, baby. I see you.
Yeah,
You
peace,
know.
cousin Shonda. All right, so one of the topics, since it's Indigenous History Month, Her Story Month, we have a story about Bigfoot from the Jalagi, Anianwaya, Salagi tribal nation. It's a story. I'm going to share it real quick. Shout out to OCO TV. This is shared for educational purposes only. No copyright infringement intended.
Area, natural forest. People have never seen before. And our elders have told us that there were beings that lived in the woods. Today we hear the word Bigfoot or Sasquatch, but in our Cherokee history, in our culture, we call them Uni Udawihi, the mythical or the secluded tribe. Now, from the cultural aspect of it, these creatures were put here by our creator, Unetlana, and these beings were put here to help us. In our villages in ancient times, we had boundaries where we hunted and gathered, and we would present berries and edible roots at the edge of our boundaries as offerings to these creatures. And in return, these creatures would help us and protect us during our times of hunting and gathering. These beings existed a long time ago, and they do exist today. They're just not talked about as much.
So there's a famous Cherokee Anianwaya Jalagi story. Did you have any stories, cuz? Indigenous
Oh yeah,
story?
yeah. Yeah. During the time of the Yamasi War, they actually helped within the Yamasi War, the 1700s. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So they indeed are here, and it's amazing because what that was 2 years ago, we got to experience it on the res.
Yes,
So
we
yeah,
did. Yes, we
yeah,
did. And I'm a witness.
oh yeah, yeah. So things that people think that's mythical and just a legend or some kind of fairy tale, we know that it's not.
Exactly.
And it's things that I seen before there was anything biblically seen.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, because you have people that whatever their faith is or belief is, they was like, well, what you believe? I say, I don't believe in anything. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you got to believe in something. I said, well, I just can't know. So it's funny. They always want you to believe in something or, where's your holy book? Like, if you need a holy book to instruct you how to live as a being on this earth, then wow, more power to you. I mean, hey, some people need that. So yeah, there has been sightings and everything. Um, there have been multiple sightings, to be exact. You heard me, cuz I say there has been a lot of sightings of the Chewie.
Oh, yeah, because it's real. It's not for play. It's real.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So
and it's
y'all
amazing.
go ahead.
It's amazing how George Lucas actually put it in the Star Wars movie, with Chewbacca.
Chewbacca.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's funny. Of course the Jedi's too, but that's a whole that's our cousins on the other side, the Jedi. So yeah. Yeah, so it's a lot of famous stories is as we just touched on Bigfoot. Okay, they 45 minutes from your house, girl. Might see some late at night.
they had one guy. Um, I think that was in Georgia, if I'm not mistaken. Um, he had his deer camera set up, and he caught one on the deer camera.
Mm, all
Mm-hmm.
right, that's what's up.
Up on northern part of Georgia. But they actually have a YouTube page that speaks about sightings of Bigfoot. You know, they even spoke about a story about how down in Florida they spotted one and they was trying to go, send missionaries at it and to no avail. The missionaries lost.
Missionaries,
Hmm.
like religious missionaries, or like mission.
Military missionaries.
Oh, okay. Mercenaries.
Yeah, mercenaries and missionaries.
Okay.
They both same thing.
I mean, yeah, one is like spiritual mentor.
One is religious and one is military, but that's the same order,
Yeah, I
you know.
just you had me there for a minute. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
they did, huh?
yeah. Well, they had to send them out there, and I forgot what part of Florida it was in. It was not too far from Opelika.
Hmm.
Yeah, the mercenaries, they no different than the missionaries.
Yeah, well, they have the same agenda, we would say.
Yeah, yeah. That's something how religious orders have militaries.
Yes, they do. Like the Pope and them, the Catholic
Yeah,
Church,
yeah,
the Jesuits, and all of
yeah,
that.
yeah.
The Knights Templar.
And they actually use those orders um, to convert people into Christianity.
Right.
So now you have a lot of people who are aboriginals to this landmass, but they adopted the way of Christianity.
Yes, they did. Yeah, they don't know any better. But I see some activity going on in the last week. Getting people back. This should get you back to your roots and how to take it to the next level. All of these events that's happening, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. I did want to talk about there is a story about uh, um, the great spider, and this is where the fire keeper comes from, uh, the firebringer. Did you want to share a story before I go into that, cuz?
You can go into it. But you know what's so funny? Cuz
What?
you have you have tribal people over here. They have stories about the spider, and you have tribal people in Africa that have story about the spider.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually have some cards, because I am the woman who sees. So I do also deal with oracle decks, and I have indigenous American Indian oracle decks, and I have diasporic Agulan African oracle decks, and one of the decks has a spider on it. It's the T-Car spider cards. And that
Mm-hmm.
spider, if it is seen, it is meant as good luck if you see that spider.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm familiar. I'm a witness to what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean I got the book right here, but I was just trying to pull it up online. Um Share it with the people. It's indigenous storytelling time. We sitting by the spiritual fire right now.
Right.
Okay. Okay. All right. This has 2 pages. This is a Jalagi Onion Wire Cherokee legend. All right. Now, the legend of the first fire, or how the water spider got its red bowl. And they don't have it in here, but I'm gonna have to change my background for a minute. But this one don't really have no pictures. The one that I found online, but all right. So let me make it bigger. All right, the legend of the first fire, or how the water spider got its red bowl. All right. Now they took this from myths and legends of the Great Plains, courtesy of Gutenberg.org. But the book that I have is 14 Legends from Native America. It's edited by several people. And I went to one of the Cherokee legends in this book. So I'm gonna paraphrase, but I did put that on there so that people can see it. Even the Hopi, they have a spider woman creates the burrow story. So the spider is sacred. There's spider stories about the web and how it's similar to your life, but this is about being a fire keeper. And in essence, spiritually, what we're doing on this podcast is we are keepers of the sacred flame. We are continuously sharing our indigenous history, truth, and information to help bring people back to our roots.
And
Or just
also, another thing is, spider web was also used as medicine as well.
okay,
Hmm.
right. So that's awesome. So all right, it just talks about the Cherokee Nation once occupied an area of nearly 40,000 square miles, including the southern Appalachian Mountains, the Great Smoky Mountains, what is today known as Eastern Tennessee, Western North Carolina, Northern Georgia, and Alabama. In 1838 through 39, during the Trail of Tears, the Cherokees were forcibly removed um, and moved to Indian Territory, what is now Oklahoma and eastern Texas. Uh, my people farmed, gathered grasses, berries, fished, and hunted. Their early dwellings were built of poles covered inside and out with interwoven twigs or grass and clay mixture.
Hmm.
My people are the only American Indian tribe with a written alphabet. It was developed in the early 1800s by the American Indian scholar Sequoyah. By the 1840s, there were two Cherokee newspapers in print. Spider the Firebringer is the only known Cherokee legend featuring the spider figure, called Grandmother Spider, Spider Woman, Old Spider, and Water Spider in all her forms. She is the goddess who brings the light. From the grandmothers of the light, um, somebody said that. But basically, okay, one night the Great Spirit looked down from his place in the sky. He saw us animals cold and afraid. He wanted to make life better for them, so he decided to create fire. The Great Spirit reached up into the sky and grabbed a huge handful of lightning. He was just about to throw it back down to the animal village when he stopped. I won't make this too easy for the animals, said the Great Spirit. If they work hard for the fire and finally get it, they will take better care of it. Instead, he threw the lightning far, far away. The lightning hit a tree, the tree caught fire, and began to burn and burn. Now, this tree was in the middle of a small island, and the island was in the middle of the great water. Animals stood at the edge of the water and saw a tree burning. Look, the animals cried, there's fire out there. If only we had a way to bring the fire back. It would keep us warm at night and help us see in the darkness. The animals held a council. We need a volunteer who's brave and strong, said the chief of the animals. Someone who can swim through the water or fly through the air. Someone who can go to the tree and bring back the fire. All the animals could fly, and all the animals who could swim raised their wings and their paws. Chief of the animals, they shouted, I can fly, I can fly, I can swim. After thinking carefully, Chief of the animals said, I picked the owl. Owl is a good choice, the animals agreed. Owl is brave and strong. Owl will bring back the fire. Now, Owl didn't have any idea of how to bring back the fire. Owl didn't even know what fire looked like. So she flew to the island and circled the tree. If I can get a good look at the fire, she thought, I can make a plan. Owl flew over the top of the tree and looked in. Just as she did, a great gust of wind blew a puff of ashes into her face, blinding her. Owl flew home the best way that she could. She rubbed the ashes out of her eyes, but no matter how much she rubbed, Owl was unable to get rid of the big white rings around her eyes. And this
Hmm.
is why the owl grandchildren and the great grandmother owls have rings around their eyes. The animals held another council. This time, the chief of animal chose the crow, Guga. Back in the beginning of time, Crow was the color of the earth. Even then, he was known for being very clever. Crow is a good choice, agreed the animals. Crow will bring back the fire. Crow had a plan. He flew far, far up into the sky. Then he swooped down into the tree and scooped up a wing full of fire. Now, Crow did not know how much, he didn't know much about fire, but the crow thought he had the fire, but the fire had Crow. Crow began to
Mhm.
burn. He fell out of the tree, slapping at his wings and body. Finally, he put out the fire, but not until every feather was burned a glossy black. To this day, this is why all the crow grandchildren and great grandfather crow is black. And I wrote a note in here through the fire they were baptized. Were you about to say something?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Now,
All right. At the next council, chief of the animals chose the climbing snake. The climbing snake is a good choice, agreed the animals. Climbing snake will bring back the fire. Climbing snake swam through the water and climbed the tree. Now, climbing snake realized you couldn't just pick up fire. You had to choose a stick with fire burning on the end of it. He was deciding which stick to choose when he realized it was getting too hot, hotter and hotter than he has ever been before. Climbing Snake began to squirm and twist to get away from the heat. He lost his balance and fell into the tree. Luckily, Climbing Snake didn't fall on the fire. He landed in a pile of charcoal. He managed to get out of the
mm,
tree with his life, but his entire body was covered with charcoal that will never come off. And this is why the grandchildren and great grandfather Climbing Snake are called the Black Snake. Chief of the animals called another council. The night is still cold and dark, he said. We need another volunteer to bring back the fire. It was quiet in the council house. Though the silence, a tiny voice rang out. I'll bring back the fire. Who said that? Asked Chief. I did, said the water spider, coming forward. All right. Now, this is not the water spider that looks like a mosquito. No. This water spider is black with hairy legs. She can walk on top of the water or dive down deep into the water. How will
mm,
you bring back the fire? The animals asked. I have a plan, Water Spider answered. Everyone watched Water Spider walk across the water to the island. When she when she reached the shore, Water Spider began to spin and weave. She began to spin and weave. After a while, she had made a perfect little bowl. She set it on her back and crawled through a hole in the bottom of the tree. The blazing fire singed Water Spider's hair and stung her eyes. She didn't know if she could stand the heat long enough to find what she was looking for. Suddenly she saw it, a red hot ember. Water Spider set the ember in the bowl that she made out of her spider web. She ran out of the tree, across the island, and across the water. The animals and birds were waiting for her. They blew on the ember and fed it with leaves and twigs. The ember burst into flames and became a beautiful bonfire, one that kept the animals warm at night, one that helped them see in the darkness. Today, all water spider grandchildren and great grandmother water spider carry a bowl on their backs and have a red spot where the ember burned. They are proud of the red spot, for it reminds everyone that water spider is the firebringer.
Right.
And this story on the that's on the screen, uh it's a rendition of it, and they use a raven instead of a crow. They still use the owl, but see, I didn't
Okay.
call you.
I found this on the web for they still
No.
use the all, but the gist of the story.
Oh my goodness. Siri popped on. I didn't want you on. Anyway, excuse me.
Somebody trying to talk to you.
I'm sharing indigenous stories today with my cuz. So yeah, so that's
What's going on, Brad?
a famous Cherokee story, Alagi story. And I did want y'all to see a picture of the water spider and how she had the fire on her back. I'm gonna see if I can find a picture. You got anything to add, cuz, or anything you want to speak on?
Well, um, there's always been prophecies about the Chewy, and it says that once the nations and them come together, it will, show themselves around the area that's close to the nation's reservations.
Well, we a witness to that.
Yeah, yeah. And you have some people that's afraid because they're afraid of the unknown,
Exactly.
but I wasn't afraid when you was like, "Oh, you hear that?" I said, "Who it was, or what it was," you know. So yeah, if they wanted to hurt us, trust me, we wouldn't be here.
Right, right, right. Yeah, but that was a crazy experience. And I think it was really crazy because I know that they are like 10 feet tall. Like that's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the physical
That's a
strength.
basketball team. Yeah,
So that was alarming to me. And if they had like showed up like spiritually, I would have been good. But like
they were like,
physically,
"Oh no, we here."
yeah. But it was real. It was an experience I will not forget.
Yeah, these are the stories that I tell my grandchildren when they get older. Anybody got any questions or any comments? Oh, that was a spider right there.
Yeah, that one is, but it ain't like the one that's on this book. But uh I think they really did a good job. But a lot of our like our emblems, our logos for things are the spider. And I am thankful and proud of that. The water spider. the firebringer. Yeah, I got one of the shirts, but I don't have it on today. I just got the regular one on, but yeah. So this is a rendition of the spider. So since we are keepers of the sacred flame, is why we are using this emblem, to represent what we are. And I can share our video too. Well, they can, I don't know. Let me see. They can hear you in the background. She said, "What hotel we staying at again?" I forgot the name of the hotel I end up going to, but yeah, I'll be there at night.
Hold on one moment, cuz. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah, peace to everybody in the chat. Thank y'all for tuning in. We focus on indigenous storytelling, uh, ancient stories that have been passed down from our elders. What's your favorite story? I read one of my favorite stories, which was the spider, the firebringer. Another interesting one is about the Sasquatch. I showed a little video about that. And me and cousin Pie, we did experience the Sasquatch down there on the Yamasee Tribe of Seminoles Reservation in South Carolina. So Sasquatch is real. It's not just a myth. It's real. Y'all got any questions, comments? Anybody want to join in and share your favorite story? Your favorite indigenous story? Mm. Yeah, I'm trying to find that video of us. Well, you can hear him. Let me see. This is our video. This is at the end. So we have a real live story about Sasquatch. It's not just an ancient story, but it's a real life one in video form. So I'll play this till Cuz come back. He had to step out for a second. I survived the night. On the way, I heard some weird animal sounds in the night. It's crazy. Fire to really spiritually, mentally. Over there. Yeah, over there. Dark as fuck. It's dark as
Hear him
fuck,
in the
but
background.
no, they got the lights. They got it set up real nice. It's a nice fire pit outside. It's awesome, but it is crazy as hell. Live from the res. You got the tents back there. The courtyard for the fire pit.
And when I
Tents.
revamped this video, it cut off some of the top part. So you could see the res, how they fixed it up with all the tents. You could see it better.
It's awesome. Awesome
Oh, you can hear it?
experience. I have to say. Awesome experience. This was my tent.
Well, I ain't talking real loud.
There was the big one with the lights, pretty lights. And then you got mine right there. And then here's one. And then here's one.
Yeah, so that was it. That was us on the res. The time that we encountered Bigfoot in real life, where I was there. Cousin Pie has encountered um, Bigfoot before. That was my first time encountering Bigfoot in real life. So, and that's us, what, 2 years ago on the Yamasi Tribe of Seminoles Reservation. So, Cuz is getting his stuff together. Let me.
So, so what video you played?
I played the one of us on the red,
Oh,
and
okay.
I could hear you saying in the background, but I guess when they play it back, they'll be able to hear it louder because I wasn't talking real loud. I was kind of whispering, but if they listening to it like regular or listening to it with their headphones, they could hear, and they could hear you talking shit in the background.
Well, about Bigfoot.
Yeah, you was like, where you wanted to sleep on the rest. Yeah, so I was like, we just heard some strange sounds in the night.
Yeah, yeah, that was amazing. Well, I'm used to it, so you I
Yeah,
had one person to make ridicule. Oh, the man say who say he saw Bigfoot and heard Bigfoot. Yeah, yeah.
Bigfoot.
I ain't the only one.
Right. I was there too. I'm a witness.
You
So it's
know, I tell you, I saw that before any one of y'all saw the so-called Red Sea splitting in half.
yeah.
Saw Jesus coming down on a cloud.
Speak on it. Speak
Yeah,
on
do talk about what you believe. It's not what I believe, sir. It's what I know.
it. Right. Yeah. Yep. It's what you know. It's real. Like it's one
Right.
thing something to be a theory or an educated guess, but when you actually have an experience, that's a whole nother level. Can't nobody fuck
That's
with
cool.
that. That's facts.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find this link that they talk about Bigfoot.
Okay. Yeah, and didn't you say cousin
Uh,
Cal Ron had the audio? We can play that. Did he ever post the audio?
Yeah, yeah.
You did?
Matter of fact, I think it's on his web page.
Okay. Shout out to our cousin Calron.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Uh, the,
Yeah.
the let me get it right. Hold on. Let me get it right. He was one of our special guests. Let me see. Yeah, he was one of our special guests. Let me see. Yes, he is the connoisseur of effigies. Oh yeah. Um, Seminole Brown, Yamasi Museum
Anthropology.
of the so-called Negro Indian. Um, yeah.
I'm trying to find this YouTube thing. It won't let me find it. That's crazy. They have something that's called the proof is out there. 5 mysterious Bigfoot encounters. Let me see if I can send this to you. Hold
Is it a? I'll share your screen. Pull it up on your screen. I'll just share your screen. But this is who had our audios. I'm just showing the people. This is our cuz. Support his channel also. Museum of So-Called Negro Indian.
You have to scroll down because I think he put it on there.
He did.
You have to look up Bigfoot. Yeah, he put it. He put it on his page.
Okay, I see. Right here.
The howling sounds that you hear in this video are actual Bigfoot calls. They were recorded by Chatopop late night from inside a tent on the Yamasi Reservation during Green Corn 2023. Most people believe that Bigfoot are a myth, but to the tribal people that know, they are living legends. Now listen. But hey, all jokes aside, I was there that night. I heard the footsteps in the forest. All the real action went down after I left.
Yes,
But Bigfoot is very real, and they live on the Yamasee Reservation.
Let it play through. Let it play through.
I want y'all to hear that shit.
Yeah. And he was there. He was there with us, y'all. Uh, he left after he left before me and Pa encountered the real shit when they was sprinkling shit on our tent. It's like they was trying to get us to come outside of the tent. And then they was talking to each other. We heard 3 distinct voices of them speaking in their language because it didn't sound like a dog, no other animal, no coyotes, no nothing, no wolf, none of that. So there you have it, real life shit, brought to you by Southeastern Talking Stick Podcast.
Yep.
Now that's one
Yeah.
for the books
Because
right there.
I was like, you know what? Nobody ain't gonna believe this shit. Because I'm always seeing them and everything. So I say, you know what? Let me go ahead on and record this shit. And I recorded and everything. He was like, because you can't even. I said, that's the it. But he said, you know what? Give it to me. He said, I'm gonna go ahead on and I'm gonna amplify the sound where we can hear. And that's what he did. He amplified the sound where you can hear it off the original tape.
Yeah, I
But
wish y'all just heard like the whole thing that we heard, like the whole conversation, like how it was 3 distinct voices. I mean, after it had stopped a while, then I was on my Snapchat. I should have been having my thing recording so I could have audio too. I just have my reaction to it and him talking in the background. But I would say I would do that next time, but it ain't gonna be a next time unless it's during the fucking day. Real shit. Because they do come out during the day. Because when I took a shower outside, yeah, I heard them out there. I heard one for sure. Yeah. So real life shit. They wanted me to know that they are real. Since Pa already done seen them on the res, they wanted me to know for sure that they was real. She said, "Hell no."
I seen him last year when I was on the Reds, and cousin Ella seen him too. She saw him
Really?
that Sunday. I saw him, yeah, I saw him that Saturday night, you know, and she saw him that Sunday night.
Really? She saw? She actually saw him?
Yeah,
Wow.
she saw it her.
Was y'all on the tent? In the tent?
No, I wasn't in the tent.
Where was y'all? Y'all was on the grounds, on the reservation grounds.
That's what I said.
No, no, I'm just trying to see where, like, when it happened. When I was there, I was in that back fucking tent that's on the res, like way back.
That's where we was at again.
Okay, all right, smart ass.
I yeah, thank you. But I saw it that Saturday, and she saw it that Sunday. Because I left that Sunday, but she saw it the following day after me.
Mm. All right. She didn't get no pictures. She didn't get no pictures, no reaction.
I mean,
I know. I'm
those
just
things don't. They not gonna let you just catch a picture like that.
no, but
If
if
you
you
have, if
oh,
you
if
have a,
I if I ever do again, I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be quick with that shit.
how you gonna know they move so swift?
Just like we had time and you was like you kind of like held your phone to the thing to you know to record it. Yeah.
That
Not
just that just was my quick thinking because I was like, motherfuckers ain't gonna believe this shit. Let me go
right,
ahead and
right.
record.
It was I mean, it was after a while, but still that was still good. You did think of that like towards the end of the incident. That was good because we got
Because at first I wasn't gonna do it. I was like, nah, they ain't gonna believe me. You tell the story, they gonna think it just was a story. Like, no, the motherfucking shit is a true story.
yep, it's real, and we're not the only ones. If if y'all just tuning in, and
Even cousin Ricky said,
I'm sure
even
it'll
cousin
be
Ricky said,
about it.
even cousin Ricky said, cousin Ricky said, man, it walked past by my tent, and I heard it and everything. And he said, and I grabbed my machete and my weapons and stuff. It walked right past by me, man. I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah,
he heard
it's
it too.
real. Yeah. So we have several witnesses, and y'all just tuning in when y'all watched the beginning of the video. I did share a indigenous story about the Jalagi, the Onion Walker, the Cherokee people story about Bigfoot and how they do exist. And our people used to leave food for them on the outskirts of the land.
Hmm.
So yeah, check out that story too. And I did show our little video of when we was on the Mossy Tribe of Seminoles Reservation for green corn. So we have two examples that's real, and then we just heard the audio remixed by Seminole Brown, uh, the Museum of the So-Called Negro Indian.
Big ups for that.
Yeah, shout out to our cuz. Yep, y'all support his channel too. And if y'all ever want to support us, the link is on our page. We do have merch, uh, shirts, coffee mugs, tea mugs. You know, y'all want to support, like, share, subscribe, whatever. We don't really care about all of that shit. We ain't hollering that every 5 minutes, but we just want to bring y'all the real, the truth, the facts,
Right.
you know. And we want to bring y'all periodically. We want to bring y'all some special guests. Y'all can check out our previous lives of our special guests. Our resume is fucking awesome, I might add. So yeah, y'all just keep tuning in and checking us out. It is Indigenous Peoples Month, but it's 365. But we're highlighting it now. Y'all have
So
any questions?
what episode show this is, cuz?
Ooh, I don't know what number. I'm gonna share the link in the thing if y'all wanna come on in and join us. Let me see. I don't know what number it
I'm
is.
coming to us to say what y'all think about the video y'all heard and saw. Give us some feedback on it.
Yeah, that would be nice. Um,
All questions are welcome.
yeah, we've been doing this since March, so we have several. Yep. Yeah, I shared the link if anybody want to come on in and say hello. Got a question or comment? What is your favorite indigenous story that you heard while you was um at ceremony or on the res, or you just heard the elder speaking about the story, or you read about one? Share it with us. Talk to us. Oh, yeah, quiet today.
But yeah, real quiet. Well, actually, it's about that time, cuz
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Let me look at my phone.
so maybe they can catch us next week with questions
Yeah,
and answers.
yeah. We've been on here what, really, an hour. Um, yep, yep. So look for us. Same time, same channel. Sunday, 6:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Southeastern Talking Stick Podcast.
Tell your family, tell your friends, to come on in.
Better come on in while the door is open. Best to run on in. You remember that?
Yeah.
This is a classic. Yeah. Peace, wonderful storm. Peace, cousin Lashonda. Everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. We appreciate y'all. Continue to support while we bring y'all that real truth, truth.
And if
And
y'all got any topics that y'all want to hear from us, hit us up in our Southeastern email and let us know what you want to talk about. Well,
right.
want us to talk about
Yes.
what you
Yes.
would like to hear.
Yes. Yep. Y'all can leave a comment below, and yeah, let us know, because this is our Sunday panel discussion. So not only do we share, or we may have a special guest, but it's a discussion. We want to include y'all. We want to hear from y'all too.
And
So
even if y'all want a guest that y'all want to see, we'll bring it out and be like, well, somebody say they want to see this person. Let's take
mhm,
a poll on it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, poll on special guest. Should say,
yeah, 'cause we done
like
already had three of the big hitters that just can't. I don't know if we could top that, but it's always good people in our indigenous communities that's they own whatever level they own. So we can always have more, but we done already had three big heavy hitters. So
they're
check
knocking
our
out the park.
resume, check our past live playlists. It's awesome. Anything else, cuz I'm ready.
No, that's it. Unless somebody got a last minute question they want to ask, going once, going twice.
Peace.
All right, see y'all next week. Peace and bed grease. You heard me.